Purification of the axis. Some years ago, we completed in Colombia diverse aspects next to missionaries of our contact, related especially to the area of Santa Fe de Bogota, in what makes to a nexus of purification that is there. And they have been diverse experiences, many of which have been registered in their own ships as well as in our own files of here in Argentina. We have offered several conferences of diverse aspects of the extraterrestrial contact, but basically we have introduced ourselves to dimensions which were and they are very related with that axis on which treats this video, as well as the importance that has this axis in what concerns toward other civilization of our worlds. In the same Monserrate, when introducing us in their air vehicle through the same way, I entered first only toward the dimensions KÈTHAROS. It could mix the dimensions so much the one of here terrestrial binary as the KÈTHARA, what gave me as a result to come closer to enter and to leap for the axis that was and it is an axis KÈTHARO. I met with the siblings and beings from Venus, but besides them with other beings and civilizations that all were them in the control and works on the axis, that themselves also introduced me to make my part into this, and although I was somehow many weeks in Santa Fe de Bogota, my time was in fact of about 30 terrestrial years, those that working with the KÈTHAROS of Venus, that they have their bases. When returning at this current binary time, I could bring in my own matter all the levels of substances and knowledge in the all mind, like in the body. And the body represents it. But it has allowed me to be able to have a certain control of the times and of the matters, so much of Venus as of the same are through the same axis. That makes that the Venus that is now be and be not in coordination with the same air. That is to say, Venus disappears when the Earth appears, at least before the vision of the KÈTHAROS, not binary so much of the terrestrial ones, which cannot perceive anything of this unless all are transferred to the same axis. A process that as for the Colombians themselves, it is something they always make. Only they don't know it, because if they knew it, they will make disappear Colombia as well as to Venus on the same earth when they wanted it. A process that yes or yes, they will be taught to future. That mine with this video is but that innocent to show this data. The purification process that this axis offers to the whole world is a process that is not foreseen for 1 year or a certain other time, but rather much of the approach of Venus will depend toward the same axis. A process that has happened in many years or every 100 years ago, and that makes to that place to enter and to get out at those matter dimensions and time. And that for that fact only purifies all. It is an each 100-year purification, that only making it will only take it out of that place all of the illnesses of the world as the same center of that purification and that eradications of those wrongs, as there are the illnesses all. And although it is a process characteristic of the inhabitants from Colombia, me, being Argentinian, I only have my part. But I cannot make nothing else than that. And it fits to a single Colombian having to know it as much as we knows it. But it is for that saying this worldwide video, so that if you take this that now show you only like an introduction. The state of Daltogo in this movement overcomes the rituals. It is more than a ritual. It's an impression, because as they come, they are the processes with the stick of the pressure disgusta, dividing the same one in several parts. In a word, I hertz, I attacked this plan that will be this unhealed. I make it with the divided parts of this gaza. Then also to pass to make it with the empty hands. This process very frequently happens in Venus, but it's common. But this is a comparison, because the other process is dimensional macro, and hills are gigantic disciplines, we can say, with people inside or beings, to say it somehow. And I should make this process micro, like to even it here, and that after it my matter and everything is prepared to be in front of the ships of diamonds.